Welcome, local business news readers. This is John Jonah with another episode of Vino Talk, that interesting wine information blog that tells you a little bit about wine, food, and philosophy. Today, the subject is going to be sparkling wines. What are sparkling wines? And what's the difference between all these wines in the world that sparkle? So let's begin with this. Every sparkling wine is carbonated. But the big question is, how does the carbonation get into the wine? And this is what we call the method. So to understand sparkling wines, we're going to really do only a short talk on it today, is to just identify the two major differences between sparkling wine and true champagne or Méthode Champenois wines. So to begin with, this first category of wines right here are all Méthode Charmat. The word Charmat comes from a French winemaker who developed a system of making a sparkling wine in a simpler, quicker fashion. In the case of these wines, one of which is Prosecco, Charmat simply means that the wine is carbonated under pressure in a giant vessel, like a giant stainless steel tank. The fermentation takes place in that tank, and the carbonation enters into the beverage through a second fermentation. So all sparkling wine is fermented twice. When you do the Charmat method, you result in a product that's nice and bubbly, but not as bubbly as a true champagne or Méthode Champenois wine. The Charmat method results in wines that are light and lively and delicious, but not quite the quality level of a true French champagne or even a California Méthode Champenois wine. The second category, the French method. We need to talk about this because champagne is a place and a method and a sparkling wine. But to be true champagne, it must be made in the Champagne region of France with the major grape varietals of Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, and Pinot Meunier. And those three varietals must be made into a sparkling wine in a method that takes a minimum of 15 months. These two wines here, Moët Chandon and Veuve Clicquot, are classic French champagnes, made in the Champagne region, made in the Méthode Champenois, which, believe me, has somewhere between 400 and 500 steps. Minimum aging is 15 months, all in that bottle, but it could go up to 8 years. That's astounding. Think about it for a minute. A wine that takes 8 years to make, that's amazing. Yet, this method is considered the best for creating a sparkling wine that gives you real, solid bubbles and taste and flavor that is unique to the Champagne region. Now, every other place in the world can make sparkling wines, and they can use the Champagne method, but they can't duplicate the terroir and flavor of true French champagne. So my advice to you is, enjoy the Charmat wines, know what they are, know that they're made in a style differently than champagne, and buy yourself a great bottle of true champagne to enjoy the classical method. And that's what it's all about, enjoying the best and the style. Thank you so much. This is John Jonah from Vino Talk, a votre santé.